Hi there and welcome to this video about dealing with negative reviews. My name is Rob McNichol and today we're going to talk about how you answer negative reviews. Housekeeping before we crack on, laptop's just down there, so I will be glancing at that because I've got my notes and I always follow systems. And again, these are proven models of how you go ahead and do this based on psychology and based on other people's blood, sweat and tears and testing. So the stuff works. Let me now talk to you about how you handle negative reviews. Well, let's talk about, first of all, negative reviews. We all get them. And in fact, if you're not getting some kind of negative reviews, you're not doing everything right because you're not really out there. And if you're going to get people annoyed, you're going to hack them off. I almost swore then. Got to be careful, don't have profanity on here. But you are going to really annoy some people. It's just the nature of life. You can't please all the people all the time. But the key with a negative review is dealing with it in the right way. And actually, if you deal with a negative review in the right way, it can actually help reinforce your business and make you seem like a better business to potential customers. So what happens is when a customer or potential customer reads a negative review from someone else, they worry that the experience that customer had will become their experience. So what it does is it creates a risk in the mind of the buyer. So what we need to do as business owners is reply to the negative review to counter that bad experience and to reassure, so that anyone who's reading that review, when they see that and think, oh God, that could happen to me, you're countering that and you're actually getting rid of that risk. And in fact, you're then going to sell the benefits of your business to reinforce how it would be a much better experience for them than it was for this other person. Hopefully that all makes sense. Anyway, let me get back to my notes. So the first thing you want to do is apologize to the customer for their bad experience. Now, this can sometimes be a little bit like sucking lemons because the customer might just be a complete pain in the butt and actually not have a valid point, but I guess in their mind, they probably do. One caveat to this is you will probably find that people, and it does happen unfortunately, competitors might write a super negative review that doesn't have much detail. They just might write a single line like, these guys are rubbish, don't use them. In that case, you would again apologise, say, I'm very sorry you feel that we're rubbish. It'd be fantastic if you could, and please elaborate on that. We're a little bit concerned that this isn't necessarily a real review of the business because there isn't much else here. But if you would contact us, we'd be happy to discuss this further with you. So that's just a way to get around somebody doing a very short, these guys are rubbish type thing where there's no detail and clearly it's just somebody trying to damage your business for no good reason other than to maybe try and knock you down as they're your competitor. So that's just a quick aside. The second thing you then want to do is educate the readers of the review about how they can avoid that problem. So for example, if somebody came into a restaurant on a Friday night and couldn't get a seat, and they left a review going, oh, I went all the way to this restaurant and there was no space for me, I'm not happy about it at all. Your reply to that would be, or could be potentially, well, I'm really sorry that you came and you weren't able to find a seat. However, we are incredibly busy on a Friday night and we always recommend booking in advance. We're extremely sorry that you had this unfortunate event happen to you. And if you'd like to come back again, we'd be more than happy to reserve you a table. So please get in touch. So hopefully you can see in that reply that an example I just gave you there, it kind of spoke to the problem that they had. It also educated the reader on how to avoid the problem that happened and was also really, really nice and came across as being a good professional restaurant in the response. Now, the last thing to hear is quite important, is you should never ever directly state that the customer providing the review was wrong. What you need to do is you need to create an element of doubt that the problem was really with your company and it was actually more of probably a misunderstanding rather than negative service from your point. So just to reiterate that, never go out and say to the client, oh, you're an idiot, you were wrong, God, can't believe you came here and did all that. You know, I can't believe you were such an overt statement against us, God, customers, or something along those lines. Always, always take ownership and responsibility, but use your answer to try and create some kind of element of doubt that in the validity of the statement of that customer who's left a bad review by taking ownership and giving a good reason why it happened and why it wouldn't happen necessarily to another customer trying to buy from you or to come to you or whatever it might be for your product or service. So that is how you deal with negative reviews from the answering point of view. But what if you can't necessarily, what if you're getting got some negative reviews which are absolutely hideous and no amount of positive statements from you are going to help those? And let's say your competitors have stocked on some really nasty stuff on there. What do you do? Well, we're going to move on to the second strategy to explain that, and that is burying reviews. So let's jump to the next video, and I will talk to you about how to bury reviews.